And they get in the car and they go out. And I remember getting in my car and being like, kudos, Dad. Like that was a good way to diffuse that situation. What I didn't know is that standing outside of their house, like a block away, were like 2 kids from my school right here. So like when I went to school the next day, they're like, bro, there was a fight outside of our house, and Bobby's dad came out and beat the shit out of both of these guys. And I was like, what are you talking about? Welcome to the Joystick Show.
I didn't know where that was going.
Episode 238. Whoa, it's crazy. Look at us. Jerry's here.
Yeah, I'm
it's
here.
Not just me and
I'm
Dylan
back.
again. We were going on a nice little streak of solo dolos, but it's nice to have somebody with us.
Yeah.
It's almost like this show does better without you guys. We're reaching for stuff by like the 20-minute mark, but
You gotta switch the cast up. Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
the duo, the trio, the quad.
We gotta get some guests in here. Is what we gotta do. Especially now that we have like some low key connects, some like
interviewees,
some like mid-level TikTokers who I have the numbers for. So look at that. But regardless, welcome to the Joystick Show. We are not mid-level TikTokers. We are entry-level YouTubers, despite the fact that we've been doing this for more than a decade.
Hey, we're veterans.
Yeah.
We're technically vets.
We're like vets, but we got shot the first day of deployment, so we immediately got to go home and got like we just been collecting benefits.
We're the veterans of like the army in Paraguay.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like we shot ourselves.
We're soldiers. We're just fighting for a small country.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
we're doing the
Mall
drills.
cop type shit.
So enough of the stolen valor. If you want to check out what we're going to be talking about today, it's here. Feel free to like this episode of the Joystick Show. Feel free to subscribe to Team Joystick. Go ahead and follow the Team Joystick Instagram account. There's some stuff there, and let's mumbo jumbo complete. It's been done. All right, lots of stuff I want to get into, but one thing I definitely want to talk about is a movie that we saw yesterday.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just throw it out there. I think Marvel's low key back. You know, fucking. I'm not gonna lie. Like Captain America was like is decent. It's not the best movie.
Yeah.
It's not the worst movie. It's just kind of like a movie. But we went to go watch Thunderbolts, and that is a good movie. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. I mean, I was hopeful. I'm always hopeful when I go to watch a Marvel movie, but I'm not gonna lie. I think these past couple of years I've been beaten down as a fan. So now when I go, it's like it'll be good. Just you watch. I promise. But this time it was pretty good. It was pretty decent. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try not to spoil too much. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna spoil everything. Spoiler everything. There you go. If you don't want to know what happens in this movie,
You know what it is? I feel like Marvel is like hitting their niche more now. Like, you know, they're not trying to mass appeal. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have the main character. You know, they don't have the Thors and the Hulks in all the movies.
yeah. And like the thing that's a little. It's also kind of a blessing in disguise because
Right.
those are like your heavy hitters. You don't bring them out every single movie. When you
Right.
bring them out for like an Avengers every 4 or 5 years,
Right.
it's that much more impactful, right? It's like when Kendrick drops his fucking. His disses against Drake when Drake is dropping like 3-4 at a time. You're gonna
Right.
listen to the person who's not dropping them, regardless. So we were also talking about yesterday how like the phases of Marvel are getting shorter. So like how they're like there's like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We're all the way up to 6. Now it's looking like the newer sagas of Marvel are going to be like 1 to 2 phases long, which is kind of cool. It's kind of Marvel's way of still telling these larger stories, but not so large that people have to go watch like 15, 20 movies at a time.
And then 3 TV shows.
Exactly. So I think they're going in a better direction. So it's interesting that Jerry says the niche thing, but yeah, Thunderbolts is interestingly a very good movie, especially when you consider the fact it doesn't have like any of the really, really star-studded like Marvel characters that we've come to love. I would argue the biggest one there is Bucky, like
Right.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Bucky felt like a superhero in that.
Even then,
He did.
but that's the thing. Like that's the testament. Like there's people who who don't like. I know Bucky from like shit. Like, but people who don't watch Marvel, they're like,
Yeah.
They don't
Right.
even know people. They're like,
And it felt like a redemption movie because a lot of these characters are characters that were either like villains or anti-heroes in the past that have come across as like, you know, evil or like jerkish or whatever. But this gives us the chance to see them like as heroes, basically.
Right.
And it's interesting because they all have like their own individual like motivations. Like for Yelena, played by Florence Pugh, the new Black Widow, her whole thing is she's starting to realize that she doesn't want to be this like faceless assassin. Like she's starting to realize why her sister Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, why Natasha did it, and she wants to have more of like a public facing role. U.S. Agent, played by Wyatt Russell, his whole thing is like his wife left him with his kid, so he wants to like prove himself to her and to others that he can be like the soldier he was meant to be, and yada yada yada. So there's a lot of redemption to play with there. And then also, it introduces a pretty cool character in the Marvel Comics named the Sentry, aka
Right.
the Void. Do you know anything about this, Dylan?
No.
So the way I explained this to Mildred going in is the Sentry is essentially Marvel's version of Superman,
yes.
Right.
but bipolar.
Yeah.
So he has basically like he has a very severe form of bipolar. I don't know the specifics of it, but basically when he's happy, he's the Sentry and he's like an all good Superman kind of guy. But when he's mad, he's the Void, and he has like these super dark like powers. Like Jerry said before the fucking podcast, he like turns a little girl into like a fucking shadow on the floor. It's like,
nice.
whoa, what the hell? It's
Yeah,
like a really
weird.
dark moment. But the way that they portrayed him was some of the sickest shit I've ever seen. Like
Word.
I feel like as a fan of specifically Superman, it's been hard to like display how powerful Superman is supposed to be on screen. And considering this wasn't Superman, I feel like that's how you do it. Like you show a character that's ridiculously fast, ridiculously strong, that can do anything at any point, and how other characters react to that in time. Like I don't like the approach when like when like they want to show super speed and they slow everything down. It's
Right.
like, I don't like that. Like I want to see the character actually like go from the right to left and I didn't even see it, you know? Like that's power to me. And they kind of showed that. And leading into that, what do you think of the action scenes in this movie?
The action scenes were good. Like I was about to say, kind of like I think where you were kind of getting at, where they're at the top of the tower and they're confronting Sentry, like towards the end, and he's just like throwing everyone. He's like throwing the character and catching him, and then like dropping him, like
catching bullets in there.
Yeah. They don't do like a slow down, like it's like the Flash
it's
or
not
something.
like that. It's like it's all, and it's funny too because there's another fight like that in the beginning of the movie where like the Thunderbolts characters all get sent to kill each other.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a whole interesting like 4 or 5 way fight scene. But what's cool is like each one is only really trying to kill their target. So it's not like they're not focused on the other 3, but then one is focused on them while they're focused on another. So it's like this weird like seesaw fight where like they're trying to kill one person while defending. Yeah, exactly. At the same time. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, the action sequences were fucking sick. I love that Bucky reveal with the car where he like grabs the chain and just slams the floor.
Was hype.
That shit was hype. The movie's funny. The movie's it's lighthearted. There's some emotion to it. It's like a Marvel mental health movie.
Nice.
To be honest. It's like not only do they talk about the whole Sentry bipolar stuff, but Yelena's character is also going through her own like depression, and her father helps her through that. So it ended up being like a really like nice heartfelt movie at the end of it. But what I really want to get to while I wrap this up is the ending, because the ending of the movie was kind of like, whoa, did not see that coming. So if you see the promotion for the movie, you'll notice that it's Thunderbolts with an asterisk at the end.
Okay.
And a lot of people questioned it when the movie was first announced like 2 years ago. And Kevin Feige basically said, like, you have to watch the movie to figure it out. So basically at the end of the movie, the villain, so to speak, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Val.
Oh, her. Okay, I know. I know this. Yes.
The whole movie, she's basically trying to like spin everything. It's like everything good is her idea and everything bad.
Yeah,
is
and I'm like, you're supposed to be fucking Jerry Seinfeld.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to be evil. Like, what is this? Yeah.
But fucking, you're supposed to be Elaine.
Yeah.
But at the end of the movie, she's like defeated, so to speak, and like they're about to like go to her to basically put her in prison. Like, oh no, you're not running away this time. But when they catch up with her, she's already called the media, and like as the Thunderbolts come in to like arrest her, she spins everything at the last second and introduces them as the new Avengers.
Oh.
And it's official. So the Thunderbolts are the new Avengers now.
So you have the old Avengers, new Avengers, or these are the Avengers?
So that's the interesting.
That's
so
like the post credits.
In the post credits scene, they even allude to there's a scene where Yelena asks if Bucky has called Sam, Captain America.
Yeah.
And he's like, I did, and he's not happy. On top of that, I read some plot leaks recently from like a supposed VFX artist that's working on Doomsday, that apparently in that movie, Sam has like his own group of like Avengers put forth with Nick Fury. So it looks like at some point there's going to be 2 Avengers.
Okay, they fucking set that up so good. Like, or they're just like, they after, I mean, this is definitely like years ago after Infinity War. They just looked at each other and it's like, what if we had the Avengers fight the Avengers? And they're like, let's go, let's set this up. And then, we got 80 movies, let's do it.
And then the final thing is like, they're sitting around the Avengers Tower, like figuring out what to do, and they scan for any like, serious Earth threats. And they find out that a ship has breached the Earth's atmosphere, like a dimensional ship. And when they look it up, it's the Fantastic Four spaceship.
Right.
So that leads into the Fantastic Four movie coming out in like a month and a half. So
Jesus Christ.
Marvel feels like they're back, low-key. I'm really
they popped off, it seems like.
I think so, too. Last thing I'll mention is between all the shit that happened in Daredevil Born Again and Thunderbolts, where the fuck is Spider-Man? Like, fucking...
Yeah,
there's like riots all over Manhattan, buildings falling apart, and not one Spider-Man appearance. Don't get me wrong. I know, like, the actual, like, oh, Tom Holland's busy. It's a lot of money. But you think about it. It's like all this shit is happening in New York.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's Spider-Man? Like,
there's actually going to be a TV show where it's like...
what was he doing?
No, it's going to be like he went back to college. You know what I mean? It's a Spider-Man.
It's no action.
He's in like a preppy outfit. It's like, what's this movie with... fuck is this Dead Poet Society?
Yeah, no, I was thinking like Goodwill Hunting with Spider-Man, I'm wicked smart, bro.
Wicked smart.
Yo, where's Luke Cage?
I have theories on that too, man. It's actually funny you bring that up, not to nerd out, but in one iteration of the Thunderbolts, Luke Cage is the leader.
I see.
And then there's basically speculation that in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, they're gonna band the Defenders back together, like from the Netflix series. So Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. But what's weird about that is in the same storyline they're basically adapting for the Disney show. In that comic series, Luke Cage actually decides that he doesn't want to go like the whole vigilante route, so he decides to run against Fisk for mayor. So I don't know if they're gonna do that, but that'd be pretty funny. Like, I want to see Luke Cage run for
I kind of want to watch that show again. I don't remember anything about it.
Luke Cage?
Yeah.
That was a good one. Jessica Jones is my favorite.
That was a good one too.
But yeah, shout outs to the Thunderbolts, shout outs to Marvel. Keep up the good work, and hopefully I'll be able to talk more goodness on your behalf. But yeah, what's up with you, Dill?
I got a bunch of nothing going on. My fiance abandoned me for the beautiful world of San Diego, California, where it is colder than it is in New York. So
I believe that.
I don't know how... got to give a huge shout out to weather for not making any fucking sense.
Yeah,
we have all these people. We got people on TV every 10 minutes telling us what weather's like.
A Sam Champion.
And none of it matters. It can change by the minute. Everything is percentages.
Yeah.
Everything's based off of forecasts.
Why don't we put parlays on the weather? That'd be some shit.
There is a website that does this. That they do bets on like everything. Gotcha. And I don't know how I feel about it ethically. Like, you can bet on who the Pope is and that kind of thing. And I don't. Part of me wants to be like, go gambling, but it's like even the sports betting has gone too far.
Oh yeah,
like all of that's got like the fact that the fact
that Dylan says that
like we got to bring like someone's got to get slots back into this or something, because like I feel like roulette's gonna make a big comeback or something, but I don't know about this sports betting thing, man.
Yeah, it's getting pretty big. It's getting like to the point where you can't even watch the sport without getting the ads. So,
I mean, there are literal channels now that are run by the sports book, and it's like, that's
too much.
What am I doing here?
And it's only getting bigger because, like, they're putting that like gambling arena by Shea Stadium now, right? I forget what branding it is. Is like FanDuel or
I forget one of those.
One of those.
I think it's FanDuel because
it's a casino, right?
It's a gambling center.
It will be so it will be like you said, a casino. But most of it is going to be like screens and like places to sit.
Like Vegas sports betting.
Yes. Imagine like the sports corner of Vegas.
Gotcha.
Because there's already one of these where the Jets play, like MetLife. next to there is like the FanDuel headquarters, and there's a casino there too. So I'm assuming it'll be one of like a similar setup.
Interesting.
But I just want that. That was a good fucking segue, because that is going to be at the soccer stadium where we're going to the World Cup, boys. I'm calling it right now.
I don't want to do that.
We're going to the World Cup.
Nah, I don't know if I want to go to the World Cup. I want to go to a soccer game.
That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, do you want to see the World Cup or do you want to see the fucking New York FC? I'm like, I don't want to watch this fucking
the
team.
the two good points is like, it's the World Cup. Right?
It's the World Cup.
It's not going to come back to North America for like a good 16 plus years.
And it's going to be like all of North America, so we're really not going to have a lot of games to choose from.
No, yeah, because they're like, it's like a tour.
Like, we're definitely going to have to we're going to watch Germany beat a country 8-0, you know?
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Like, I've never
just pretend to be German for a day.
I've never been to a soccer game. And to go to a World Cup game.
Because they go crazy. Like, you know how like hockey games, they have like the chants? Yeah. They have a chant for each player.
Oh, yeah.
They have chants for everything. They have slogans. They have songs. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. It's like, that's almost too much for me.
When I watched Welcome to Wrexham, like by the end of it, I was like, I still don't really like soccer that much. But
the sport I don't like either.
The fan base, holy shit.
They're
second to none, man.
Like, I remember I was watching a video of baseball being played in Japan, and they have fucking songs. They have like the bat things that they're hitting a million times. I'm like, I'd be out of fucking energy, bro.
When I was watching Welcome to Wrexham, I found out that I can't speak for every country, but at least in England, there are gangs that represent certain clubs.
Huh. Yeah.
And they'll like meet up to represent their sports club and fight other gangs. They'll bring like knives and just fuck each other up, but it's all in the name of like, Wrexham's the best, fuck you. And it's like, you have nothing better to do.
No. This is Bobby. You're actually bringing me back so hard right now, because I remember there was a clip from Achievement Hunter where like Gavin was just talking, and he's like, "Have you ever had two people just fight for no reason?" And it's like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh, like you have like one town come over and fight and beat the shit out of the other town." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I remember as a child, my neighborhood fighting the Howard Beach kids, and it being like a huge fucking moment. And we won. I don't know who showed up.
Broad Channel kids.
In Broad Channel. I was like, that's home turf, bro.
You guys are hardened as fuck.
Yeah, I was
like, gonna beat the little preppy Howard Beach pussy kids.
You're gonna call your mom.
You're gonna call your butler to fight us.
You got picked up in an Escalade. Yeah, okay, cool. Fucking, I walked home, all right?
Fucking Dylan beating the shit out of John.
I still regret it. People were talking about that shit, like, you know, like back in the day. Like, I feel like now there's never a game of telephone ever, you know? Like back in the day, someone would tell you and then they tell you and then it'd become like some structured shit. So people talked about this fight like it was like, you know, like imagine like the Kingsman fight scene, you know, the fucking flips and shit. Like that's how they envisioned it.
You ask somebody about it now, they're like, 16 people died. Like, fucking...
But even then, I know that fight was definitely people like just pushing each other. One kid got decked and everyone ran in opposite directions. That is exactly what happened. I can almost guarantee.
And over years of exaggeration, it's turned into this big neighborhood.
I mean, in a week, people showed up to school like, yo, this shit was crazy.
Bro, it's like I'll never forget on the topic. Like, me and my dad were driving down the house to turn on to like go somewhere, and as soon as we turn, there's these two fat, sweaty, bald dudes fighting in the middle of the street. One white, one black. And they're fighting, like physically fighting, but I'll never forget, they just kind of look like two seals, like pressed up against each other. Because they were like, they're not really like punching each other, but they're like pushing each other's faces and shit. Like, get the fuck off me, right? So my dad like stops the car and he gets out. And I remember being like a little like, you know, like 10-year-old anxious kid, like, no, Dad, don't get us go, whatever. Do it. Right, but Dad gets out, and it's actually like really like chill. Like he separates them, and he's like, yo, relax, what's going on? You know, this motherfucker. And my dad is like literally like, look, there's not a lot of damage, man. All right, just get back in your car. Like he was like the mediator. He's like, it's not that bad. You don't need to be doing this. Did you get it out? The guy's like, yeah, whatever. And they get in the car and they go out. And I remember getting in my car and being like, kudos, Dad. Like that was a good way to diffuse that situation. What I didn't know is that standing outside of their house, like a block away, were like two kids from my school right here. So like when I went to school the next day, they're like, bro, there was a fight outside of our house, and Bobby's dad came out and beat the shit out of both of these guys. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, yo, Bobby's dad, like he's a Marine, like so for real, like he wrestled one down.
I'm imagining like him in a ghillie suit, like coming in stripping the fat dude, fucking hit to the neck. Dad, like, he's out, fucking cold.
My dad is dressed like 2018 Steven Seagal. Literally here to fuck shit up. But yeah, as soon as I came to school, I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
I was like, he did the opposite.
It was like a minute long, and my dad was like a saint. It was like really nice.
He literally stopped a dude from getting you fucking having a heart attack.
He showed them his badges.
So fucking funny, man. They killed me. Love that. There was something else I wanted to mention. What was it?
It was in other stories from our childhood.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was how I got injured. But it was doing.
Is this Bobby? Is this? Can I just say, Jerry? Is this a thing that we have to do? Can we like every month? There's a segment of Bobby like completely fucking up one specific part of his body. He's like, man, I
do Bobby's body checking.
Dylan. So you remember how like last week or 2 weeks ago was my finger?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. It's been a while since I got injured. Like literally, a good couple years that I've had like an injury. Before I was like bad luck Bobby. This shit was happening every other week, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I had a good streak.
Right.
And then I got fucked up this week, but it's fine. So, but the reason I want to talk about it is because basically I've been assisting with a new class that's going on. It's like literally the last 7 weeks of school, so it's just going on until summer hits. But it's called Recess Games. But what I find cool about it is the person who runs it. He's a friend of mine. Shout out to Sydney. Mm-hmm. I think he actually like works in like childhood like physical education.
Okay.
So he actually cares. So every week is like a different game that we play. So 2 weeks ago was Ninja Tag, or 3 weeks ago, that's how I got the finger thing. Last week was Capture the Flag, which was actually pretty fun.
No injuries.
That was good. But this week I go up to the gym. What are they playing, Jerry? Ultimate fucking Frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
As soon as I see it, I'm like, put me in right now. What's funny is he didn't know I was the coach at one point. So as soon as he found that out, he's like, all right, get in here, right? So I go win. And I'll say this part. I got like 4 touchdowns. You know, I'm throwing like some crazy passes. It was good to get back into the spirit of things, right? But the last time I had played competitive Frisbee or competitive sports at any point was probably the last time we played.
Yeah,
like
it's been a while.
2019 or some shit like that. And in that time, you know, I've had seizures and I've worked out for 2.5 years and all this stuff. So literally what I'm trying to say is I did not realize like how old my body is at this point. I was like, fuck. Like the last thing I remembered, I could run and jump and all this shit.
The endurance takes a big
dude. Like one of my students threw a terrible pass, but I had to like twist really fast to get it. And in the same move, I twisted my knee. So literally for like 2 days, my knee to my hip was just in terrible pain. I couldn't even like do leg day.
Sheesh.
And I also threw out my right shoulder.
Nice.
So it just buckled out like that. And I didn't tell anybody, but for a good like 2 minutes, you know, I'm in the back of the line, and the game's going on over there, but I'm just like, just like rubbing it through, and then finally it goes away. But like for 2 days, my left leg and my right arm were just
You were just
done.
walking fucking crooked.
I literally felt like I'd been in a fight. Like somebody fucked my shit up. It was the worst. But if anything, it taught me that like, you know, the weightlifting and stuff is cool, but I really got to start introducing some like plyometrics, some like more explosive type stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an athlete, but like God forbid some shit goes down and I got to run. I'm not trying to like break my ankle as soon as I start running.
Need some boxes to jump off.
Yeah,
shit.
word.
Even just like some fucking like half stretch, half. Oh, this is cardio. You know, like some random bullshit like that. That is helpful.
No, that's what I'm trying to get at. Is now I'm at a point where it can't just be like lifting weights all the time. It's like I've got to take care of my fucking body now too. What is this?
Or even just like weird muscles like obliques and like the side shit. Like you really don't work that out.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? You don't, and then after you play like a fucking sport like that,
you're destroyed.
You're like,
bro, you ever play baseball or softball after like never? Bro,
I touch right here and it's still sore. Like fuck. So I have to do more core too.
Yeah.
We're not getting younger, guys. We're not getting younger. We were talking about on the podcast last episode as we started. We started this podcast when we were 25 years old.
Wow.
That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. 24.
I mean that's the way like that's really how like like know that we're old. Not even that like we're a few years away from 30, right? Yeah. But it's just that idea of like people born in 2000 or 25.
Yeah.
You know, like that puts in, just put that as perspective.
I remember
it's only 4 years away, but when you really think about it, they're like, oh, they're like they've been out of college. Like that, like it's, you know.
Right.
What I made the mistake of doing one time was asking my students what year they were born.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, do the math.
One student was like, yeah, 2012. I was like,
Yep.
like, you're a whole person.
And they're graduating. You know what I mean? Like,
high school.
They're graduating, bro.
Sheesh.
That's insane.
Yeah. Or what really fucks me up, which shouldn't, is like the people's, like, you know, like when I was friends as a kid and you'd have like that younger brother who was like 7 and now that younger brother is 21 and I'm like, the fuck happened to you, buddy? Like, what the fuck is this? Fucking Ralph? What happened to you, bud?
Ralph.
His name was Ralph, bro. Fucking Ralphie, the fucking homie, bro. I was like, you're a fucking adult.
Shouts to Ralph.
I thought you were gonna say 7 forever, bro.
Oh man, fucking. What was the other thing I was? Oh, I saw another movie. I did see.
No way.
Yeah. In fact, the reason I watched this movie is because the sequel is currently out in theaters right now.
Okay.
And I was like, if I like it, I'll go watch it, and I liked it. It's a pretty cool movie. Have you heard of The Accountant with Ben Affleck?
I have heard of it.
Oh, you mentioned
seen
this
it
yesterday.
It's an interesting watch. So the premise, it came out a while ago, so spoiler alert for this kind of old movie, but whatever. Well, let me set it up like this, all right? He's an accountant for like super big criminal organizations, like the mafia, cartels, people in like, you know, Iran doing shady shit. There's all these kind of different things, right? And at the same time, he's like this super cool action hero because he's trained in all these different skills. But the twist is that he has a high functioning form of Asperger's, so he's autistic. And like the spiel is like his dad was like in the army or something, and then their mom walked out on them because she couldn't like deal with how serious his condition was. So like the dad travels around the world with his sons and like forces them to learn all these like insane like skills and combat and espionage and all this stuff. So Ben Affleck plays an autistic like John Wick essentially.
Nice.
But it works. It's not terrible. Like it's the action is really cool. It's very realistic, which I liked. It wasn't very like super over the top. The story's pretty solid, but what I really wanted to touch on was like how Ben Affleck plays an autistic person, because even as we were like going into it, I remember asking Mildred, since she's an actress, like what's the play there? Like, how do you do that? And we were talking about it because we actually recently watched Forrest Gump too.
Yeah.
And apparently the whole spiel is like similar to how you play drunk is you don't play drunk. You don't play autistic. You like basically you do like the little tics or whatever that those people do, or because you know it's not like all of them do the same thing, but you find the thing that you do and keep it consistent, right? Yeah. So like you watch Forrest Gump, and Tom Hanks rarely ever makes eye contact with anybody in that movie, so that's kind of like his.
And even the voice, like he could do the voice now. Like I saw like an interview, and he broke into that exact cadence word for word, because he really got into it.
So in Ben's case, it was really good, but for like the first half of the movie, the best way I could describe it is like for the first half of the movie, it's like he's doing it really well. Like he doesn't make eye contact. He speaks very monotone, like very quick, you know, quick beats.
He grew out of it, bro.
He doesn't get like sarcasm or stuff like that. He has to ask questions and shit, right? But then like once the action stuff kind of starts, it's like, are we supposed to forget he's autistic? You know what I mean? Like he doesn't talk as much anymore.
He locked in, bro.
It's kind of what it feels like. That's kind of exactly what it feels like. But other than that, it's a pretty solid watch. It's also like one of those movies where like I'd heard about it before, but I never knew like the spiel. So I started watching it, and then as I'm going through it, I'm like, every famous person ever is in this movie. I'm like, what the fuck? So
yeah, I've had it played on me in some
I'm going to be using it.
Yeah, I was like, I think John Bernthal's in it, right? Yeah, like there's a lot of like he has a lot of action people.
There's like an interesting twist with him, and I had it spoiled for me because like the new movie's coming out with like the press. So like the twist is that he's his brother.
Yeah.
So like they set him up as like the villain in this movie, but his whole spiel is whereas Ben Affleck is like this high level like underworld accountant, John Bernthal's character kind of does the same thing but for like security, and he's not autistic. So like he lost his brother. It's this interesting thing where at the end of the movie, like he's doing security for the guy that Ben Affleck is trying to kill, and Ben Affleck kills like almost all of them. And then when like one of John Bernthal's guys is about to kill Ben and he realizes that it's his brother, he kills his own guy because he's like, what the fuck? I've been looking for you like forever. And it ends up being like a homie bro movie. And now the second movie is like all just the two of them now. So that's why I want to watch it. It's supposed to be like this buddy, like bro,
I like that.
on the road doing whatever they're doing.
That's
in the movie. Whereas the first one was more like just Ben.
Cool.
So that's why I want to check it out. It looks pretty cool.
They gotta bring 2 more brothers into the mix.
Four brothers, man.
4 brothers. One of them has 1 arm, and then the 4th one, I don't know.
There's like different shit that they go through.
He has like short-term memory loss or something.
Fucking
this is like a minor inconvenience.
Where are my keys, bro? Where are the keys of the Batmobile, bro?
But also just like shout outs to Ben Affleck. That guy's a really talented dude. I feel like not a lot of people speak on it because they just kind of know him as like Boston actor guy, but writer, director, like he's got some fucking credits.
I mean even like the Family Guy joke of Matt Damon writing the script and then Ben just like rattling off shit.
All right, right on. He farts.
Yeah. Batman.
And then I'll mention one last thing to wrap this up. Usually at the end of the podcast, we talk about like video gaming. But real quick, I wanted to mention something related to video gaming. I don't actually watch The Last of Us, like the show.
Yes.
Does anybody else here watch it? I don't think. Right?
No.
I think it's just Joey.
Yeah.
But what is very interesting is like when Last of Us Season 1 came out, it was very faithful to the first game.
Yes.
Like almost to the T. So when Last of Us Season 2 was coming out, every gamer was like, are they going to do what I think they're going to do? And long story short, in episode 2 of season 2, they killed Joel. It's like a huge, big, major thing, right? But what I find really funny about it is there's this whole, like, if we're being honest, like the majority of people who are like, how can they do this? What the fuck? Meanwhile, everybody else who played the game is like, been there, pal. Like,
also, like, see, episode 2, like, I thought maybe because people knew.
But it happens early in the game, right?
Yeah,
because
it happens
then the rest
early,
of the game becomes really just like Ellie-ish.
Yeah, chasing
them
down.
That makes sense then, they kill him.
So that's why I was like, first of all, I was genuinely curious to see if they did it that early, if it were that faithful.
I thought they would really drag it out.
And then I was curious to see if they were going to do it at all, if they were just going to keep dragging out the series. But in a weird way, I like that they're keeping it like to the T. And if it ends after season 2, then sure, because there's no more.
You know, I will say, I didn't finish Last of Us 2, right? Like Last of Us 2 split into 2 where you like play as Ellie and then you play as another character. And I didn't play it because it was just so long. So I played like Ellie's part and I just finished that, and then I just watched the rest because I had to know what happens. So I might go back and watch it. Who knows? The story's good.
No, it's good, but
yeah, I think if you're watching now, like you're probably gonna stay until the end.
We're officially in the era of like video game adaptations, but like pick the right ones.
Yeah, or maybe I think it's also a good like thing is that they should try the TV show miniseries more often, because I feel like that works much easier. Because like the whole point of like a game is that of how long of an experience it is. Because like you can't make a TV show like that interactive. It'd be pretty tacky if you were like edit and see can choose what character dies. Like that'd be a little tacky, right? But like to have it where it's like a season or multiple seasons of like a world as opposed to just being like one movie, I feel like it's easier to like make it not terrible.
You know what I think would be fucking sick? And it's kind of funny because they're technically not originally video games, but like the Tom Clancy universe. This movie, it was kind of a forgettable action movie. It was called Without Remorse or something like that. It was a Michael B. Jordan movie where he plays a Navy SEAL, and it's a Tom Clancy book where, you know, they kill his family, he gets revenge, yada, yada, yada. But the movie had this cool twist ending at the end of it where he's like wandering around DC and he meets with like this high profile politician guy. And basically in the post-credits scene, he kind of suggests the idea of starting Rainbow Six. And it's like, oh, cool, like we're going to get a Rainbow Six movie, maybe even like a universe or whatever. But then that got me thinking, like, it'd be kind of cool to see like some Tom Clancy stuff get adapted, but in the style from the video games.
Yes.
Specifically Splinter Cell. That shit would be fucking sick.
Oh, I mean, the fact that hasn't been done.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Or even like any of like the old like Sony going back to like their older properties. I mean, I'm so surprised that shit hasn't really, you know.
Yeah, they have so much stuff, so much content they can just easily take.
Even like animated stuff. Like they have so much opportunity to turn like Crash Bandicoot.
They've never done any of that,
you
really.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the only,
and I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying it's kind of crazy they haven't catched.
It's only the other way around, you know. It's like Viva Pinata, and then we made a video game based on Viva Pinata. Like it's never like
they had the Cyberpunk game, and then they had the anime, right?
Yeah.
They should make like a movie for that. That'd be vibe.
Yeah, but Rest my case. Shoutouts to video game adaptations. Make better ones. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about music.
Musica.
Some recommendations for the people.
Oh, I got a weird one this week.
Jam Bam Yam Slams. You know how it be. Jesus, that was like a moan into a sneeze.
I had to like.
It was like you knew you were gonna sneeze and you're like, ah.
I had to like. That had like a recoil. I had like a rev to it. Holy shit!
What's your weird one, Jerry?
My weird one is it's a Dominican pop punk band or a punk rock band.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's called Kröna, and my band of the week it's a song called Caribbean Winter.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That sounds sick. My yam of the week goes to The Plant Mouth by Oso Oso. Some chill guitar.
Oops, sorry.
Ooh.
That's the jam.
Though. That's your jam.
Go ahead.
That was it. Plant Mouth Oso Oso.
What was that album cover?
Chill.
You saw it?
I saw something. It looked like I thought it was like a squirrel.
It's like a little wolf chilling. But, yeah. So my jam of the week is a little weird. It's by a person or a group called Skyrptonite, but they're Russian.
Nice.
So I don't even know how to fucking begin.
That explains the wolf.
Shit. Go ahead. It's literally just numbers. Fucking, I don't know, man. That's what I thought.
Because normally when it's like because normally when there's like a couple of different letters, you can kind of figure it out. Because like Cyrillic, it's like you like, oh, that means that sounds like sound, you know, like you kind of figure it out.
I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. But like,
just copy the song name.
That's what I'm literally trying to do. I'm trying to just
gotta
copy the name. Hold on.
If we have any Russian listeners, hello.
I used to have a Russian friend. And he used to do this for me. It was fucking cool. God, I don't even. Okay, hold on. One more try. Because I really want to know how this is pronounced. So, Skyrptonite, and then there's an HE at the beginning. That's all I know. God, come on. Help me out here.
But it's pronounced like an H.
It's probably not. You know, it's probably like...
That's the whole Cyrillic. It's oh, it looks like a...
I want to solve this so bad.
Bob, if I can do this before you can right now...
It's not that. It's like I'm trying to find a way to... Oh, wait. Here we go. Yep. This is it. Okay, hold on. And then copy. Oh, hold on.
Well, we got it.
Hold on. I gotta be Dylan now. And now Google Translate. We found it.
Okay, Bobby, me.
We got it. All right, so hold on. Just put that to Russian. And then we'll have our Google Translate lady tell us what it says.
He's a Kazakh rapper.
Maybe it's not even Russian. Oh, it translates to "don't relax." So that's the actual name of the song. But how's it pronounced?
Don't relax.
Okay, Bob, you have to...
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Не расслабляйся.
There we go. It's "Не расслабляйся" or some shit like that. I'm not Russian. One more time.
Не расслабляйся.
Kazakh.
Thank you.
Kazakh, Bob.
Whatever. Don't relax. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show. I'm sorry it took us 8 minutes to figure out how to speak Russian or Kazakh or whatever it is. I'm not good with those languages. Make sure to go ahead and like this episode of the Joystick Show. Make us feel real good. And go ahead and subscribe to Team Joystick. Check out the Instagram account. Get ready for some new content coming your way, hopefully pretty soon. And it's great. It's great to be here, buddy. It's great to be alive. You know, catch us on episode 239. Where we're going to waterboard Joey for the second time in our friendship. It's going to be great. All right. Fists in, everybody. And on the count of 3, everybody say the same word. 1, 2, 3.
3. Wow.
We got it.
I should have said 4, man. Fuck.
4.